Tonight, now to an I-Team investigation. When the Diocese of Buffalo announced last week it was kicking priests off its payroll because of substantiated sexual abuse allegations, most of the names were familiar, but Chief Investigator Charlie Speck discovered one priest who was not named publicly until recently, and finds out why this priest quietly disappeared from the diocese 7 years ago.
Paul Salemi graduated from Christ the King Seminary and became a priest in the Diocese of Buffalo in 2000. But after serving at churches in Hamburg and Lancaster, and at St. Gregory the Great in Amherst, former Bishop Richard Malone quietly put Salemi on administrative leave in 2012, and Salemi never returned. He moved to Georgia but stayed on the diocesan payroll until last week. Over the past year, many parishioners have reached out to the I-Team wondering what happened to Father Salemi. They say they were told he had an anger problem, but internal documents show he was also accused of sexual misconduct against a young man he met through his duties as a priest. This memo was written by Larry Villardo, who is now a federal judge in Buffalo. In 2012, he was law partners with Terry Connors, longtime lawyer for the Diocese of Buffalo. The memo says, quote, Father Salemi had dinner with a parish volunteer who is 21 years old. They apparently had quite a bit to drink, and Father Salemi invited the young man to stay with him that night. During the night, Father Salemi made a pass at the young man, suggesting the possibility of oral sex. The young man immediately left, running out without his shoes on. Through a friend, the alleged victim declined to comment for this story, but Annalise Gerard, a friend of the alleged victim, confirmed many of the details. She said she reported Salemi's actions to Connors, and soon after, Salemi was quietly removed from the parish. In Facebook messages to Gerard from 2012, the priest writes, quote, I am remorseful and repulsed at the loss of trust. He was like a son and I royally screwed up. I was not in a good place emotionally, spiritually, or mentally to be ministering to him when I was let go from St. Greg's. While the incident didn't happen until the alleged victim was 21, Gerard said Salemi met him through youth ministry when the boy was 16 years old. Gerard reported the incident after hearing that Salemi planned to invite another young man to stay at a church rectory. She says she was happy the diocese removed him, but in hindsight, considers it part of the diocesan cover-up because Bishop Malone never told parishioners the full truth about Salemi's actions. Only last week, after questioning from the I-Team, did the diocese acknowledge the allegations, saying that Salemi and another priest, quote, were relieved of their faculties for other substantiated offenses and continued to receive salary and benefits. A spokesman for the diocese released a statement this afternoon saying in part, within months of receiving the allegations of adult misconduct, Father Salemi was determined unassignable and his faculties were removed. Salemi continued to receive financial support from the diocese in keeping with canonical obligations, but as of last week will, quote, no longer receive salary or health benefits from the diocese. Father Salemi, who now lives in Georgia, declined to comment for this story, as did Judge Villardo. You can read the entire statement from the diocese on our website, wkbw.com. For the I-Team, Charlie Speck, 7 Eyewitness News.